Imagine you turn on your computer and the thought doesn't even cross your mind. You look over across the room at your gorgeous wife or girlfriend. She smiles back at you with that twinkle in her eye, knowing that you had the best sex of your life with her this morning and she can't wait to do it again this evening. And all of this without the umbrella of shame, sadness, or darkness that was your relationship to porn before now. Hi, I am Caitlin V, sex coach for men, and I have helped thousands of men to get over their sexual challenges and have the best sex of their life. I'm talking challenges that range from premature ejaculation to erectile dysfunction to porn addiction. Welcome to the third video in my problem porn trilogy. This video is all about how to break free of a problematic relationship to porn. Whether you identify as someone who's addicted to porn or you just feel like you don't have a healthy relationship to it and you wish you did, this video is going to walk you through the exact steps that you need to have a great, healthy, uplifting, fulfilling relationship with porn or no relationship to porn whatsoever, whatever works best for you. First thing you've got to know is that this is not an exact linear path. So even though I'm going to give you 10 steps, don't worry about following them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The truth is that you might follow 1 and 5 at the same time, and then you might need a little 6 and 7, and then 10 is going to actually be the most relevant one for you. So don't get too hung up on following these in order. I'm giving them to you in the order that they appear for the people that I work with and most of my clients, but your order might be a little bit different. And also understand it's going to be a little bit different depending on how long you use porn, what kind of relationship you have with porn, if you have a partner, if you're single, etc. Just make this work for you, all right? All right, let's dive right into it. Step number 1 sounds a little cliche, but you've got to acknowledge that you have a problem. If you pretend that you don't have a problem, then you're not going to take it very seriously in your mindset. Your mindset should be that you have a problem with this thing and you're working on it. Here's the thing your mindset should not have: shame. There is no shame. I hope I made it very clear in my other 2 videos. If you didn't see those, make sure you're subscribed and go check them out. The reason that you shouldn't feel any shame is because it's not your fault. It's not a lack of willpower. It is not a lack of intelligence or you being bad in any capacity. It's just the way that porn is. It's just the way that your brain is hardwired. So don't feel any shame about it. Acknowledge that you have a problem from a place of curiosity and from objectivity, like, that's interesting. Too much porn use. Don't feel good about it. Want to do something about it. That's the mindset that I wish for you to have. Number 2, prepare to feel off. Porn has taken the place of some of your own innate sexuality, sexual desire, and arousal. And so when you take that away, plus you take away all the dopamine that you were getting every time you watched it, every time you even thought about it, you're gonna feel weird for a little bit. Maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, not for the rest of your life. I promise you, it does go away. You will feel better, but you will feel a little bit worse first. That's okay. Think about it as if you were like eating junk food every single day and then suddenly you didn't have any junk food. Like, yeah, you'd miss your burger and your french fries and your flamin' hot Cheetos or whatever. Like, you would miss those things until you didn't miss them anymore. If you've ever quit anything, you know what it's like. You go for a couple days, couple weeks, even a couple months of kind of missing that thing, and then inevitably it gets better. And whatever you were working towards feels really, really good to get, so much so that you forget that you ever wanted the other thing to begin with. Number 3, in addition to feeling a little bit off up here, you might notice some things going on with your guy. Quitting porn has been known to cause erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation and any other sexual dysfunction problems like delayed ejaculation to bubble up to the surface and rear their ugly heads. And you know what? It's perfectly okay. In fact, it's better than okay. In fact, it's really good, because if you ever want to have really amazing sex with a woman, then you've got to go through this period of dealing with sexual dysfunction. If you deal with premature ejaculation, erectile dysfunction, or delayed ejaculation, check out all the other videos on my channel. Apply for one-on-one coaching with me. I'll put the link in the description, or apply to be a part of my exclusive membership community so that I can help you with those things and you know that you're not alone. Better that you know right now that those things might come up. That way you don't have to worry about them if suddenly you're like, without porn, I can't get an erection. No big deal. You knew it was going to happen, and I promise you, you'll get through it. I'm here to help you get to the other side. Which brings me to step number 4, which is keep your eye on the prize. It's going to be a rough road at times. There's going to be days where it's super easy, but there's going to be days where it's not easy at all. And if you don't have a strong goal in mind, it's going to be really easy to relapse, go back to watching porn, and just go back into your own old habits. So what is the goal for you? You want to have great sex with a beautiful woman? You want to have amazing sex with your wife? You want to get on track and have a baby? I don't know what your goal is, but keep your eye on your goal. Write it down. Put it around. Maybe you just want to have a relationship with your body that feels like really fulfilling, and you want to reclaim your sexual arousal and your sexual desire and make it your own, and not be living out the fantasies of porn creators and distributors and all that. Like maybe you just want to have control over your own fantasy life and live in the rich world of your arousal. They're all totally worthy goals. Keep your eyes on them by reminding yourself of them often. Which brings me to number 5, which is set goals. Some really helpful goals that I have seen my clients set are like 1 week without porn, 2 weeks without porn, 1 month without porn, 1 quarter without porn. I mean, when you're starting, it might just be like 1 day. It might just be 3 days. It might just be 7 days. But as long as you set goals, at least for me, I know when I have a goal in mind, it makes it a lot easier for me to accomplish it. If I know that I'm gonna work out every single day for the rest of my life, that feels kind of draining and it doesn't make me really excited to hit the gym. But if I'm part of like a 35-day challenge or a 7-day challenge, or I just want to hit this goal of being able to lift this much weight easily, then I have something incremental that I can work on, and it keeps my excitement levels high. So set goals and remind yourself of them often. Number 6, get to know your triggers and avoid them. This is gonna happen regardless, because if you're addicted to anything, you are pretty soon gonna learn what triggers you to go and want to scratch that itch. So for example, if you were addicted to cocaine, one of your triggers might be hanging out with the people who introduced you to cocaine, or going to the alleyway or the dealer's house where you would do cocaine or get cocaine. And every time you drive by that alleyway, it's gonna trigger your brain, because again, your brain is hardwired for this kind of stuff, especially when dopamine is involved. It's gonna trigger your brain to go, oh, I want some of that, let me get some of that. So for you, your triggers might be being alone with your computer. Your triggers might be being up late at night, watching videos on the internet. Your triggers might be feeling sad or bummed or down, or looking at your bank account, or feeling like you're not good enough. Whatever your triggers are, pay attention to them. Again, without shame and judgment, just know that you're a human being. All human beings with problematic use of anything have triggers. For me, I've talked about a little bit my problematic sugar use, and I grew up in a family with a lot of sugar problems. My dad had diabetes and ate like a candy bar every single day. And I know for myself that stress is a huge trigger for me to want to go stuff my face with cookie dough. So sometimes when I get stressed, I just go, there's that trigger, there's that desire to go and eat the cookie dough, and I make a conscious choice of doing something else instead, whether that's maybe like going on a walk or breathing or diving back into work or doing something else that helps me to decrease my stress that isn't stuffing my face with cookie dough. And you know what? Sometimes I stuff my face with cookie dough. 7 is develop a new sexual relationship with yourself and with your partner. You're gonna have to do this. Porn takes the place of some of your sexuality, whether it's your fantasy or your desire or your arousal or what actually gets you off. And so you are gonna have the opportunity to develop a new sexual life, which is so cool, in my humble opinion. I mean, that's what I help people do for a living, develop new relationships to their sexuality. You get to do this. I beg you, see this as an opportunity. You can get creative when it comes to sex. There's literally, the sky is the limits. There is no thing that can't be created in your sexual world if you are not willing to work for it. Wait. Everything can be created if you want it and if you're willing to work for it. There. Number 8, understand that relapse happens and get back on the bandwagon. Okay, I ate cookie dough. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a sinner. I'm not going to hell. I just broke and relapsed this one time, and now I'm gonna go back to not eating it. Same is true for porn. Okay, so you broke, so you used porn. Well, guess what? You're only human. Again, the laptop and the cell phone and the triggers and everything, you're not perfect. But just because you relapsed one time doesn't mean that all the progress that you made before doesn't count. Just get back on the bandwagon, reset your clock, 30 days, 20 days, 80 days, whatever, without using porn. Set a new goal. Don't be too hard on yourself. It doesn't help you to be hard on yourself. Surprise. 9, seek accountability with a coach or a community. If you want my help walking you through this journey, fill out the application for coaching before, or get access to my exclusive membership community where you can get coaching from me and you can be a part of a group of other men that are also going through this journey and can lend their wisdom to you as well. The moral of the story is that you don't have to do it alone. In fact, you shouldn't try to do it alone. There's too many good resources out there, whether it's me and my community or a different group of people that you find accountability with. Find accountability. That's what matters. And then number 10, my favorite, celebrate your success. Celebrate. We as human beings, we set these goals for ourselves, and then as soon as we meet them, we're like, on to the next goal. Okay, I did 1 week. Now let's do 2 weeks. Now let's do 7 weeks. Now let's do a year. I'm all for goal setting, and I'm all for reach goals. And you know what else I'm for? I am for you celebrating the heck out of your success. So if you set a goal for 7 days and then you didn't watch porn for 7 days, celebrate by doing something that you love, whether that is watching a show that you really enjoy, or treating yourself to a meal that you love, or taking a extended hike in the park, or hell, it could be even eating a little scoop of cookie dough, okay? The moral of the story is that the more that you celebrate your accomplishments, the more that you'll train your body, remember dopamine, to seek those accomplishments and seek those rewards. I'm a huge fan of celebrating your success. I think it is so vital. I make all my clients, all my one-on-one clients do celebrations with me every single call because it is so vital to keeping us on track. All right, thus concludes my problem porn trilogy. I hope that you enjoyed it. This is the 3 videos on what porn addiction is all about, how to know if you're addicted to porn, and how to get over your porn addiction. If you like these, please make sure that you are subscribed, sign up to work with me one-on-one or in my exclusive membership community, and I hope that I will see you there so I can continue to support your journey from where you are now to a high performance man, from the bedroom all the way to the boardroom and beyond. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you in the next video.